The world is filled with atrocities everywhere we turn. With the advancement in technology we have, these atrocities are being captured every single minute that they happen. The media tends to hide these things from the public to prevent any disturbing images from being shared to the world. It also tries to protect the privacy of people who would otherwise prefer not to be shown online to begin with. But with enough research and prying, the images and videos that we want can all be acquired simply by searching the right keywords here, on YouTube. Today, we're looking at 10 videos that are disturbing and maybe even a little scary that you can find on YouTube right now. As a warning, please watch under your own discretion. Some of the visuals and audio may be difficult for certain individuals. We're going to start our list off as easy as possible and move up in intensity rather quickly. Let's start with a dashcam video of Marco Mazzetta defending himself from another driver. In the video, we see him driving with a passenger before his car is hit from behind. The driver who hit him apparently sped in front of him before slowing down, pulling out a gun and getting ready to shoot at Marco and his passenger. Marco pulled out his own firearm and shot through his own windshield to scare the driver away. Take a quick look. Moving on with another less scary video and more of a disturbing person, we have Fergie Oliver, a Canadian game show host and sportscaster. For this particular video, we're looking at the game show he hosted called Just Like Mom. The video shows Fergie Oliver asking young girls for hugs and kisses, typically getting one willingly from the children. But in the video, there is a point where he gets a no from a child and still attempts to steal a kiss from her. He was never arrested for his pedophilic actions.
I'm going to call you Lori. How could I miss? Oh, it's very easy. You're both very pretty. You have green eyes.
Blue.
Are they? They're not blue. Now, don't tell me that. Look at me a little closer. They're green. See, I fooled you. I fooled you. Do you talk about getting married and having a family and things like that?
No.
You don't? What do you do when you're 11 years old for a date? Where do you go? What are some things you do?
We just walk home from school with each other.
Oh, you walk home from school with each other. Okay, what category? Do you hand out kisses, Jennifer? You look like a young lady who likes to give lots of hugs and kisses out, do you? Hey? Hey?
Not really.
Not really. Not really. Can I have a hug and a kiss? I can't have one?
Mm-mm.
Even if I say and whisper in your ear that, Allison, you're gonna win the show? I still can't have a hug and a kiss? Well, I guess you can't win the show then. If I don't get a hug and a kiss. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah, you hear that? That's a good answer. Oh, you missed.
Stephanie, which category for you?
No kisses. Are you shy?
A bit.
Can I have a little kiss, please? Oh. Let's me off the top of the show. See, she'd get a whole bunch of right answers. And you give out kisses, though, don't you, Stephanie?
No.
Oh, you don't, too? How come? Okay, we've got Stephanie and Lorraine here in the big family kiss. I couldn't get that kiss earlier. Oh. Oh.
The next video is similar to number 9 in nature, but much more disturbing when the video reaches the end. A police officer is looking for a 13-year-old child who is reported to have been checked into a local hotel or motel with an unknown adult. After checking multiple locations, he receives a major clue at a motel and approaches a door where his suspect is apparently located. Upon the suspect opening the door, we see a shirtless male who quickly seems scared and backs into the room and sits on the couch. A young girl who is blurred out comes to the police officer and is led outside. The short discussion between the police officer and the man reveals that he is 22 years old, and we all know exactly what was going on.
Information she may have checked in to a local hotel with an adult. This is what she looks like. Any check-ins today?
Only one check-in before I came in.
I'm investigating a runaway juvenile that supposedly checked into a local hotel today with an adult, most likely. I don't know what he looks like or anything. This is what she looks like.
All right, someone checked in earlier when I wasn't here, so let me check them.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Is there a name for that? The last name?
Yeah. She's only 13, so I don't know the person she's with. So it would have been whoever she's with. Yeah, she doesn't even have an ID. She's, again, only 13. Front office. Anybody inside? We need to come in for a second. Sheriff's office. Back up. Have a seat on the couch. Where's What's up, sweetheart? Sheriff's office. Get Pappy up here. Go in the bedroom and wait for me for a second. How old are you?
5.
How old are you?
501 text.
Just wait there for me, sweetheart. Okay? Are you okay? Do you need any attention? Are you hurt at all? You're not hurt at all? Your stomach hurts? Okay, we're gonna be right with you, okay?
3-3.
Yeah, you f***ed up. How old are you? If I ask you that question again, I'm gonna lose my f***ing mind. How old are you? 22. Oh, you f***ed up. Yeah, you f***ed up real good.
You're on echo.
Yes, I am. I found him.
10-4. How old is he?
Too old.
Alright, I'm on the way.
Copy.
Thanks for
You sure you're okay, sweetheart?
I'll be in route.
Okay.
Our next video is a sad one with a little section to it that it may hurt to listen to. The video was made in memory of the creator's friend, Johnny. Johnny was an adventurous guy who did stunts with his friends, especially with skydiving and base jumping. The video has lots of backstory to who Johnny was that is definitely worth the watch. Slowly, it leads into the eventful day of the jump that would be Johnny's last. The man who did the base jump with Johnny on that day explains the weather, the journey up the side of the mountain, and then the accident that Johnny had at the time of the jump. We get to hear in the video his screams as he flies down for, as he says, a minute and a half before he gets to deploy his parachute. Though we don't see the actual crash itself, the screams of horror from the man, Alex, explains it all.
Bottom. The weather reports the day before, it also said about 1 to 2 km/h winds, and started hiking. And yeah, it took us probably 2.5 hours or so to get all the way up. We stopped a few times to take some pictures and videos because it was such a beautiful day. Yeah, it was just, we were on top of the world. Both just so happy and stoked on life, on the jumping. When we exited, it was a two-way. I was following him off the exit. As soon as he went off, I could tell his body position was a little off. He was tilted a little bit to the left. And I think because of that, instinctually he opened his wings to try to correct his body position, but there was wind from the right. But right then it gusted, and so being tilted slightly to the left, and then that gust of wind from the right, and that was the exact combination of his body position and that exact wind direction tilted him just past vertical. So he went head low. I could tell he was in a bit of trouble as soon as he went off. Rotated onto his stomach, and then turned around and got flying. So I think if he had had the momentum, if he just went head low, he would have been able to pull out of it with enough momentum. But because of the way he fell vertically for too long before he started flying. And when he got there, he needed to be able to turn left to stay in it, to give him the most separation, kind of fly through this groove to get out. Like I said, I thought he was making it. I thought, oh, he's lower than me, but yeah, we were not going to be able to fly the same line that we wanted to, but he's got it. And then about 2 more seconds, second and a half, 2 more seconds before he impacted. I knew right away what had happened, that he was gone. I had to fly for another minute and a half before I could even open my own parachute. And so I landed at the same place that we had planned on landing, right at a restaurant down at the bottom by the lake. Collapsed, and yeah, a gentleman came over and asked me what had happened. I told him my friend was dead on the mountain.
Now we move on to the more visual disturbances. Again, viewer discretion is advised. Number 6 is a video of an attack on an innocent woman on a Miami Metro mover. According to the video, the woman was punched over 40 times, and furthermore we can see she gets hit with the attacker's knee. We also find out that the attacker had gone after 2 other people that same night and was armed with a loaded gun. He was arrested but released on a $1,500 bond. The next video is a haunting memory that most people will recall from a few years back. The Las Vegas Music Festival that was shot at a nearby hotel. 40 people were killed by the shooter, who was identified as Stefan Podak. Another 411 people were injured from the shots. The panic that followed resulted in a total injury total of 867. Stephen was later found dead from suicide. Many people will remember the explosion in Lebanon in their capital, Beirut. The explosion caused 154 deaths, over 5,000 injuries, and an insurmountable amount of damage. Post-explosion, we can see this video depicting the damage and showing the destruction of roads, buildings, and injured people. Chaos, hard to watch scenes, and overall a horrible event that will hopefully not happen ever again is written all over this video. The following video depicts careless acts taking lives of not just one person, but of another person as well. Michael Owen and Kyle Careford were driving on some narrow streets. The passenger is recording the entire incident and shows that the car is going 80 miles per hour at one point. They may have been going even faster at the time that the video fades to black and we hear a crash. All you can hear afterwards is a woman saying something to them, but at such a high-speed crash, we know that the two of them are certainly gone.
Slow down. Come on. Come down this hill, come down this hill. We said, bruv. I said, sweet man. I said, no, man, no, on the right, bro. Both sides of the road, he runs over. What? Go round it. Four. One. Keep going. Lovely. My whole week's I get money. Slow down a bit. Slow down. Slow down, bro. We're doing 90, bro. Slow down. It's not even been that much. Slow down. Right.
Hang on there. You can't do anything on it now. No one hear me? You can hear me? You don't have me coming. Hold on, come on. You don't have me coming. You don't hear me now?
Some may recall the school accident in Bolivia that resulted in at least 7 students' deaths and 5 others being injured. A crowded school is being recorded, and from 2 different perspectives, we can see lots of pushing and other commotion going on from a big mob of students. The railing behind the students begins to get pushed against by the students, and before we know it, there's a cracking sound of the metal barriers. Bodies fall down 4 floors to the bottom, motionless once there. One girl can be seen being pulled up, otherwise she would most likely have not survived the fall, head first to the ground. Nonetheless, the video is tough to watch, as kids are helplessly going straight to the ground with no way of stopping their inevitable fates. Our number one video is a reaction video to Serena McKay's murder. Serena McKay was a 19-year-old girl who went missing and then was beaten to death. The only catch to her death's discovery is that she wasn't just found dead. Her murder was posted on Facebook. 2 other girls were eventually convicted of second-degree murder and had to undergo psychological assessments when found guilty of the crime. The video managed to stay online and be spread for 3 days before it finally got completely taken down from the internet. The reaction video allows us to hear the gruesome beating and also see a blurred image that can make anyone sick to their stomach to watch.